Okay, last one I had to go on the double date with is Brian. Who wants to go fishing and see me fail horribly in front of this guy? He's a nice dude! I just don't like competition. It's not my thing. I have a message from Brian. Hey Daisy, you're going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh no, I've been draining this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and I was challenging me into another dad off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still though, I had to accept. I type back to Brian. Says great man, super excited to catch all those fish. Make sure your mower is good. It's good working order because you're gonna be all over my lawn this weekend. Wow, that was a paragraph. That'll show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, it's gonna be a rough start. Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting off piece by piece like some kind of monster. Who doesn't pull apart straight cheese? What is wrong with you? I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese, not chomp cheese. For a reason, Amanda. You just call me here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating techniques or what? No. Amanda, we have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope, my stint at the Scout was brief and purely transitional. Though I could get free cookies, but I didn't know I had to do, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff. But I have to beat Brian. Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at the coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted this job, so I lied and said yes. On the first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour, I severely burned my hand. They told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can learn a horse, you can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and birds? Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You won't understand, it's a dad thing. Please try to explain it to me. Okay, Brian's he just thinks he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of that wherever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him in his own game. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, good. I know that's what's happening here. Alright, Pops, we should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Night, Panda. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas, climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep. I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from that remnant to give me an edge for Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on. Before I knew it, we were both alone in a freezing cold lake. I sat for hours while I got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked out mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On a long drive home, my father brought me a pack of cigarettes, and it didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my dad. I'll deal with that later. Oh. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm sitting at a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up and see my father, just as he looked that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try a different one, but all the lures in my tackle box are exactly the same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see multitudes of fish that have been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're gonna try and catch trout, buddy. Jesus Christ! I'm fine. I'm fine. I jolt awake at the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I run to slip into clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her curled up on a mountain of blankets. Walking her to bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda, I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her to her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders and checks her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. It's so dark out. Why are we doing this? Still rubbing our eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's fully asleep next to him. Labor gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Got my throat. Woof woof. Brian Slug immediately hops in the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I get your license, sir? Maxwell lets Sydney sit. Maxwell immediately hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. Ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. It's never gonna come. I already know it's not. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly on the radio as I watch trees pass by. So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. The little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. Brought everything we need so we can catch some trout, have a nice fellow fire, and enjoy nature. My fishing pole is in the shop, getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course, it's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours, though. Right. I'm digging a hole here. I stare out at the forest line of the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusty pink light through the trees. Blah. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing by the side of the road before it leaps back into the bush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. Oh god, I'm driving? Oh jeez. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens and up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are. I step out the car and help Brian load her gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and coolers down to the edge of the lake where he has a canoe waiting. Ah, great, still in one piece. Hold up, help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. Woof woof. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me. Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, you're still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish? I'm good at just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water! Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them.
Hey.
Is that what we're doing? Daisy, don't you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore in the woods and look at the bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts a life vest around himself. We throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place, looking out over the front of the boat. I get to the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. Wow. More freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know. That's a pretty common fisherman knowledge, after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. God damn it, stop digging this goddamn hole. We don't need this hole. Still a gambling man? You know it. God, why am I talking? Let's see if you can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm going to catch, obviously. I was thinking of something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that, let's say if I win, I get your Weed Whacker. The Weed Whacker Master 3000? That's a limited edition. But, if you win, you get my pole straw. The Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit, the Reach and Cut 3000 is a state of the art, but Weed Whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches in the back of the yard that have been begging for pruning. What is this? Do all dads do this? I wouldn't know. My father never did this. Never. So I have no clue if this is actually what happens. Are dads even this competitive? I don't understand what's happening. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. Like today! I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and the pole in my hand. Put some bait on the hook. I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian bought. It's slippery, but I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, there's blood everywhere. The worm is not on the hook. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know? I think that's sharks. No, that's definitely fish. Now what? Tie a knot. I take my pole and try to tie an elaborate looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's blend. Bend blend. Blah. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I can cast my heavenly line up upon the unsuspecting waters and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. Good God, that was quite the sentence. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can.
Whoa!
And the lure flies off the line and sails far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pole. I know how hard it is switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile and just sit there feeling like an idiot. No, I don't want to play a minigame. God damn it. Fishing around here is easy. They group up. You gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. I need to match 3 of the same species? I can't tell them apart. I kinda can. Oh my god, they're continually changing! This is bullshit!
Match that fish.
Oh my god. Whoa. What the flying hell?
Catch of the day.
Jesus Christ.
Nice match. Nice catch.
This is so funky. Shit.
Nice catch.
God. Oh god, this is such a terrible time. Ah, why do they all look the same? Why are they changing? Fuck me. God. Okay, just calm down. You got this. God. Why am I not making any matches?
Match of the day.
Okay.
Match of the day. Rainbow trout. Catch of the day. Nice catch.
Okay. I got this. I'm gonna be quiet and concentrate.
Match of the day. Match of the day. Catch of the day. Catch of the day.
Why do they have to fly at me? That seems so weird. I guess I'm catching them, so that makes somewhat sense.
Now you're fishing. Catch of the day.
Why do they all look the same? Fuck me.
Nice catch. Nice match. Nice match.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh my god. Fuck. Shit. Oh god. Good work. Oh, thanks, I guess. God damn it, I lost that. I already know I did. Oh, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling, obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug upwards. I think I got something big. The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly, and the line starts to run. Reel it in! I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me the net. It's all yours. I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than the ones Brian's caught. That pole saw is mine. Oh no. The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. Why did I take the life vest? I thought I took it. I'm a moron. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I finally dragged upwards, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time. Well, thank God Maxwell's doing great. You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back to the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over, filled with our now soaked wet gear. And that was interesting. We rowed back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Well, hi! Okay. Once you get back to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Well, that's not helpful. Okay. I mean, all that general contract, he must have built that guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Want to hand me yours? Yes, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I'd done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. I don't think I've invested at me. Stupid, sexy Brian. You might as well fire that shirt up. See, that's like the only lunch we'll have. The day's young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit down and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures out by the water's edge. We're probably going to have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls.
Okay.
You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I'm flush with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire and accepts the cargo shorts granola. And now we're back to waiting. Where do the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They're probably establishing a small rural government by this point and establishing themselves as leaders. Take a look around the sun cresting the tree lines, casting the entire lake to a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. Mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I've always hated how this stuff smells. Really? I've always kind of liked it. It reminds me of being outside. Maybe I had to have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Throw the stick towards the woods. Why would I break it in half to show dominance? What am I doing? I'm not a jerk. I hurl the sticks as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby little legs can carry him. Oh! Which, consequently, is not very fast. It's very cute, though. Nice throw, Sydney. I turn away so he can't see me blush. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're very good and speedy boy. We're the world's champ of fetch. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? But pets never fail. I give Maxwell a few good pats in the backside. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling at Brian's line. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeeze a bit of lemon on them, and fry them up on a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, looking totally unscathed. Whoa! Dad bod patrol. I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put on your shirts. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt, a bit over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Where have you guys been? Studying etymology? What? You're playing with bugs. I expected you guys to be more covered in like mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child? Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. Sorry, Daisy. We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us a generous pile of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish tasted okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out on the lake and then I actually tipped that boat over that boat. Whoa! He's taking the blame for that? Don't worry. All the gear floated to the surface so we didn't lose anything. Right, Sydney? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. Yeah, I have world-famous sense of humility as I piss the fact that he's more humble than I am. God damn it, I'm a weird person. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. To clean up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle. Yeah. Oh, shit, I didn't finish that. God damn it, Mouse. Why must you? My fingers! Why are you so twitchy? Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead. I opened my eyes and realized I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes! Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict. So I'm super awake for it. I'm ready to fight. My strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse on the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... stop! Why do you care so much? Amanda Panda? Just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number and he's rubbing my face in it. Dad, I love you. But you're kind of dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad. You know what? I don't have to have the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down to the floor. I am a tired slug! Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. Wow.
What an amazing date!
Wow! I actually did pretty well on that. I'm gonna go get some water. I'm so... My throat is so dry.